Listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name's Arnaz.
And today we're going to go over the kaijus that we are most excited to see in Godzilla King of the Monsters. So this will be essentially a top 5 list.
Top 5 that we're most excited about, that we want to know more about, and
it's mainly like we're super excited, like our excitedest level to see how these things work in the movies.
Yeah.
Right? Because like from the trailers, we've already like gotten like certain expectations of certain monsters, so there's a lot of there's not as much mystery behind the kaijus.
Yeah.
So to start off this list, our number 5 is going to be King Ghidorah.
Now, just because he's number 5, Shepard, that does not mean we hate him. It's just the
I still think he's a cool looking monster.
It's just the trailers already shown a lot of the stuff for him, so we already know what we're expecting.
Yeah, between what we've already seen, like we've seen that, like the way it builds up, like the electricity ray in its throat and how it fires it out. So like that mystery is gone. We know that it has like a storm cloud that follows it around. Mystery is gone. We know we've seen lightning coming out of its wings and stuff. Like that mystery is gone. We've seen how big it is next to the monsters. We've seen it already, like sort of fighting most of the other monsters.
He's very flexible because if he can dodge the Godzilla beam, we know he's a good fighter.
And even like I'm not even going to mention the one spoiler thing that pretty much has been like confirmed from the trailer for Ghidorah. So there's already like a bunch of stuff like I mostly know about King Ghidorah from this film. So in terms of like me being excited to see how things happen, he's probably the least interesting.
Yeah,
I feel.
I don't mean he's bad.
No, it's still like it's a cool looking design, per se. I feel like out of most of the monsters in the movie, it's next to Godzilla the most basic you could have probably went for the kaiju.
Then at the end of the day, what more could have done? Add fur to him, Yeah,
well, it's like the way they designed it. You couldn't make it look like Showa, but like I would have I was discussing this with Shepard and stuff, where I would have been okay with the heads actually looking more like snake-like in a way. Like they could have made him look more like reptilian instead of like more like traditional dragon.
It's our intake on it because he still reminds me of Smog.
Yeah, but then again, it's like Smog, Draco. Like it's a very rounded face.
Yeah.
Like there's ways they could have taken it, but then again, probably people would have been more upset if they would have went too crazy with it. So there's like it. I feel like it has a good balance with the way they did it, but could have been like I would have preferred a different thing, which is why it's at 5.
I mean, Steve like weird stuff. That does not mean everyone else does,
I do like me some weird stuff. Just look at my phone, man. It's got like a spider girl on it. It's my cover. But anyways, for number 4, we're gonna pick the King of the Monsters himself. Well, at least as of right now, because there might be a new king in this movie.
We don't know. As of right now, it is Godzilla, King of Monsters.
So, number 4 is Godzilla. And the reason why it sort of hedges out Ghidorah is I want to know more about the dynamic between Godzilla and the humans. That's pretty much it. Because in the previous movie, it was sort of like he was there to restore balance. But more or less, Godzilla was just doing Godzilla, and he was there to cock-block the Mudos.
I was about to say, he's not there to restore balance. He's there because he's jealous. He couldn't tap that Mudo, and he's not going to let the other guy have it. It's that simple.
And then because she was cheating on him, he decided to take matters into his own hands. Literally. Just. And in this one, he seems more like Hanna-Barbera Godzilla, where they're trying to use Godzilla to help defeat the other monsters.
Which I don't know if I like that concept. I just like Godzilla being Godzilla, doing Godzilla stuff. I don't want him working with humans. I want him to kill humans like the original Godzilla.
Yeah, like I would almost like have treated him more as like a territorial thing.
Yeah. Somebody stepped on his island. He's pissed. This is mine. I peed on this corner.
Essentially the way this movie is worked is like, at least from 2014, is like the monster stepped on his planet. We got a problem.
Exactly.
Right? So, I don't know. I think I would have liked it if they would have kept it that way, but I'm still like intrigued at how like they're going to get Godzilla to do what they need to.
Yeah, because there were some clips like that we seen where they're like, we should release the Godzilla, which suggests that they're controlling him, which I don't know.
Yeah, or like they had him captive at least.
Yeah.
Like how did he get captive?
I don't know. Like, and these are the kind of things why he's on number 4, why he's lower than Ghidorah.
Yeah, plus now like he does like a display of intimidation thing with his spines, and then the whole burning, overpowered fire Godzilla. Like, know nothing about what that is yet. So
Did he get pooped on by Rodan? I mean,
fused with Rodan. Maybe like it was like Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, where Rodan like powders over top of him.
what's going on? Or it could be where he got struck by lightning instead of Rodan just peed, made it look like lightning. We don't know. That is the mystery we're waiting to solve.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see how that stuff all works. For number 3, we're going to put Rodan.
Rodan!
Rodan, wow.
Kind of like this Rodan in this movie.
I think he's the coolest looking monster of the bunch.
My biggest mystery in this movie from Rodan is why is he a dick?
Yeah, like why is he so hostile towards everything? Like you see in the trailer, he literally like outside of Godzilla, he has somehow fought he bum rushes King Ghidorah. He gets in a tussle with Mothra. Probably something with Godzilla too. Like he's just a very aggro monster.
He's very agitated. There's got to be a reason why he's so grumpy.
Well, because he's hot blooded.
It could be it, but I want to know why he's so angry. Like he flies over town, just destroys everything. Oh, it'll look amazing.
Yeah, and then he has like the dogfight with the jets and everything, chasing those. And he's the one that like I'm kind of interested to see, because since he's fighting Ghidorah, it's only because like they're in the same spot, so he attacks, or the team up happens.
That's what
I more or less want to know like how that's gonna work out.
Yeah, and then why is he fighting Mothra then if he's teaming up with Godzilla and Godzilla's side? Because we always know Mothra is always a good guy.
Yeah, like Mothra's a good girl.
Whatever. I don't discriminate guy, girl. When I said a guy, I just meant as, I'm not even getting into this.
And to see if like Rodan has like any more cool abilities or something that they haven't mentioned previously. Because outside of the trailers, you only ever see him like attacking with his feet and tackling things. So,
oh God,
he's pretty much Roman Reigns of the Kaijus.
He reminds me of Condor, just scratching eyes.
What's a bird? What more do you want? It's scratching and pecking, man. That's all it can do. Unless we see something else. Like it might shoot like a lot of fire from its mouth.
God, that would be amazing if Rodan ends up having like the greatest beam ever, where he just focuses the lava into like a beam form.
Or it just shoots it like projectile. It's just like barbs. Or maybe it does bird poop, but it's lava. It just does like a drop.
Oh, that's it.
It's just like a flyby.
That's it. You know how this movie ends? How Godzilla and Rodan are going to form? It's going to be like Transformers. They're going to form into one thing, where Godzilla will grab Rodan's tail, just cock it back, and just start shooting.
Right? Oh, God.
It's going to hit one of the heads. The heads explodes on King Ghidorah. Boom. Next movie set up. Mecha King Ghidorah.
All right, so for number 2, I guess we're going to put Mothra here. Now, you might be questioning something. We'll get to that here in a minute.
But out of all the clips that we've seen from Mothra, there hasn't been much that has been shown.
Yeah, outside of, like, you see Mothra doing, like, the flying through the air part.
Doesn't know karate?
Yeah, doesn't know karate. Is it a master? Is it a black belt in something? I don't know. Like, we haven't really got to see, like, how it's godlight or whatever they're calling it, where the wings illuminate.
Yeah.
How that's going to actually be, like, effective in combat. Because we only see the one shot of it, pretty much, like, the guys looking up at the sky and bright lights.
Does it actually work against Ghidorah and Rodan and Godzilla? Does it actually do damage? I mean, is the Mothra one that's going to slow down King Ghidorah enough for Godzilla to destroy him?
Yeah, it's just like we see that it gets a tussle of Rodan. Like, why is that happening? We have the larva in the movie and the adult, so, like, how does that interplay?
And if Mothra larva does not bite Godzilla's tail, this movie will suck.
Yeah, I was going to say, it better bite his tail. It better bite somebody's tail. Is Mothra going to die?
Like every Mothra?
Yeah, outside of the Heisei one, it almost always dies.
Only Mothra survives is Leo, technically.
Nope, Heisei Mothra. Heisei Mothra. Batcher died instead.
No!
Arguably the cooler of the moths is the one that died. And then Leo survives all his movies.
But yeah, like, is it going to have its beam that comes out of those things? I mean,
I doubt it.
Is it going to have, like, the sleeping or paralyzing powder?
I think it would have, like, the poison powder maybe might be a thing. Would be kind of cool.
Now we're getting into realms of Pokemon. I mean, those claws does it actually do, like, cut attack? Is it gonna
Wind
cut?
slash.
Is it gonna cut through my bush so I can walk through? You know. What is it?
Yeah, these things, and it's just like the monster we've seen the least amount of stuff about. So I'm excited.
Almost the least amount.
Almost the least, because for number one, it's every other monster in the movie. we don't know the monsters' names, so we're like, if I had to pick one, I would say the claws coming out of the ground is probably the one I'm most excited for. But we're just picking the other monsters in general because they say in the trailer that there's like 17 other confirmed monsters. That's confirmed.
Okay, so here's my stupid theory on it. Millions of years ago, there was water everywhere else.
Well, it's also all radioactive. That's why the monsters were all bigger and whatever.
Yes. So that is Abra. It has to be Abra. It was just under the ground, and the monsters are waking up. That's the clause. But
we've already.
I know it's not true. I just want it to be true.
Well, it's like you see some of like the promotional stuff where like there's like one of the cities like covered in a toxic fume, and they don't know how that got there. Could be Ghidorah.
Yeah.
But I know like there's no other monsters in the movies. You guys don't need to comment down below about that. But I also don't trust people.
Yeah.
So there could be other monsters that are just really, really trying to keep it hush-hush.
Some of these actors and people get paid to spread false stuff so we can get excited during the movie.
Yeah, and then when you go see the movie, you're like, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
But more than likely, they're their own like unique monsters. And then that's still like super interesting because I like seeing new designs for like just new monsters in general. And these are also monsters that could maybe get their own movies eventually.
And that's what we're looking forward to.
Yeah, like especially like back in the day when there was like a ton of different monster movies coming out like one after the other, and we could possibly get back to having those.
That would be the greatest thing ever. Just imagine this day technology with all the Kaijus.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Like, and they could just have their own monster movies. It'd be great.
You know, what I want that actually thing to be that comes out of ground is one of those Destroyer things.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think if I could pick something I would love to see is a Destroyer. It's pretty much like Destroyer. Angerus would probably be the cool one from the mountain one.
Yeah, could be Angerus.
And those are pretty much the two. And like the small like stuff like Ghidorah would be neat. I would still like Gamera just so we could finally have Godzilla versus Gamera. Personally, but I guess it's just me.
That turtle. I want to see
The rights would probably be cheap.
That is true. And you know what sucks though? I was so excited when that preview for that Gamera came out when he was fighting
the Gausses?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that thing looks so good.
That looked really good. And you know what they did to us at the end of it? They were like, you guys.
Well, that's how they could keep the MonsterVerse going, right? Is Toho gets Godzilla rights back, so they just do Gamera.
And in certain sense, depending on what they do with Gamera, it could be a good monster. I don't want to see that child happy saving bull crap. I just want to see him destroy
I
things.
think if we were going to go with something, it'd probably be something similar to the Heisei's.
You think so?
I would think. Or it would just be a giant monster. Like, he wouldn't even be...
Gamera itself.
It wouldn't be like Lost Atlantean technology Gamera.
My head hurts.
But anyways, let us know in the comment section below which monsters you are most excited about to see in Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Telling you, Abra coming out of the ground.
Yeah, like I said, like that's the ones I'm most excited to see because we've literally seen like nothing of them. And they're probably barely in the movie, but it's still like I just want to know what they look like. So
I'm gonna laugh if that scene is literally the end credit scene where it. Like
yeah, it's just like all the monsters showing up, and that's
And
the end of the
the
movie.
end.
So you still don't see anything about those monsters.
I would be so pissed.
That's probably what it is.
I would be so pissed, dude. I'm
I'd
telling
be
you.
upset. Don't worry about it. But I could. It's a possibility. After seeing Hellboy, anything's possible.
Well, not just that. Remember, like half of the movies that we watch, like when we see the previews, half of the previews are not even in the movies, just the cutscenes they took out of movies.
Yeah, or it's literally the end of the movie, like
Yeah.
Battle Angel Alita.
Exactly. See.
You literally see the last scene in the trailer.
Ugh.
But help us defeat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. See you guys in the next video.
Bye bye.